So I'm over here fighting a mic right now. It just started going nuts right before we started live. So if you hear a lot of snap crackle pop, it's all the Rice Krispie snacks running around this room and stuff. We got Sam the avocado. What's been going on? What's happening with the channel, man?
What's happening with the channel? I've been very busy doing a couple of things. I'm solo for 2 weeks. I already did first week down, doing the second one. Pick up a new student on the 8th, and then I'm gonna restart the journey on the channel. But I've been doing a couple of shorts where you get to see some of the areas I've been in, a couple of docks that I get to. Nothing special. Ooh, excuse me, it's Dr. Pepper coming back up.
When's the new video? When's the new video?
The new video will probably be on the 26th. That's when I'll be in Canada.
You're gonna do a video from Canada, huh?
Yes, sir.
What you doing out there, partying?
I wish. No, it's all business. Business before pleasure. But then again, pleasure is business. Just dropping a load off there and probably picking up another one in Allison and then probably someplace in Ontario. Depends on what's closer and what's open. Driving into.
I just noticed the shirt. What, you're wearing an AMX Academy shirt?
Yes, sir.
They gave you that or what?
You could say they gave it to me.
You bought it.
I hijacked it.
Oh, it works. So what, have you got any pet peeves from students yet? Like, has anything just grinded your gears yet?
Yes. I had two things that really grind my gear. I had one guy that he chewed tobacco, and it wasn't the spit bottle that bothered me, or the fact that he was chewing on it. What bothered me is that every time he refilled his little can, he would drop some of the grains on the floor, and I would have to sweep it out because it just irritates me. I hate a dirty truck. I hate it with a passion. Every Wednesday and Friday, I clean out the truck and I scrub out the floor mats. So when he got on my truck, I just saw this big old, it's like almost a wad. That's how much fell. And that was my biggest pet peeve so far.
He should have vacuumed it up with a coffee filter in the vacuum so he could have put it back in his can.
I almost threw it back in the can without the coffee filter.
Anything else been grinding your gears about having a student on the truck? Your space, people not being respectful of the truck?
No, but we're close around there. My biggest pet peeve right now was I have one guy. I was like, look, man, you got to be open-minded when you get out here. A lot of the things that you learned out there on the pad, you're not going to take it out here to the real world. Yeah, maybe 10-20% of it, but everything else, you're in the learning process all over again. Trust the process. But he was one of those people that knew it all, and you couldn't tell him any different.
Oh, you got you know-it-all. I kind of call those guys the God complex, man. They're always right. They're never wrong. They come up with it. They want to justify everything they do wrong instead of even learning from their mistakes. That's one of mine. My biggest thing is the guys that come up with an excuse. I couldn't do pre-trip because I didn't have a trailer. There's 200 trailers or 300 trailers parked around the pad. You got the trailers on the pad, you got the trailers up in the parking lot, you got the trailers over there in that parking lot, you got those broken trailers over there. The back lot is just full of them. You cannot tell me you didn't have a trailer to study pre-trip. So I really, really try not to give my students any excuses. Usually before Like when we're doing pre-trip, I'm all like, hey, look, this is where I park my truck. So you have access to my truck. You can study pre-trip there. You see all those trailers? That's an empty lot of trailers. Just pick one, start doing pre-trip on it. If somebody backs up under that trailer, get out. You can't take off with it straight up. Like, of course, if somebody backs under it and even tugs it, like they're not going very far. They have to pick up the landing gear, all that stuff. Plenty of time to get out. Like, don't put yourself in danger. You know, those trailers are not hooked up or no one's around. Use it for pre-trip. You know,
exactly.
You can't.
And
Go ahead.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I know a lot has changed since I left. But on the right side of the pad, don't you guys have this little staging area for all those trailers?
Yeah.
Just for the yard only? There's a tanker, there's a reefer, and there's a flatbed.
Yep. One of those trailers never moves. It even has a glad hand lock on it. Or I get this sometimes. I can't do coupling because the truck ain't hooked up to a trailer. The freaking truck doesn't need to be hooked up to no trailer or do coupling. You can look over there. That's the bottom of that trailer. That's the apron and the thing sticking down. That's a kingpin. Like, how hard is that? You actually get to see it better without a trailer on there. Like, excuses are one of the things that grinds my gears. Like, don't have excuses.
You know what?
How about
now that you brought that up.
This on TNT, and whenever I take a student over the road, kind of grinds my gears too. Whenever it's shower time, I cannot stand waiting on someone to take a shower. Like I'm like this. Hey, we're gonna get our shower bags ready before shower time. Like, so always keep your shower bag ready with a clean set of clothes in it, so you can just grab that sucker and go. Whenever you stop and you're all like, hey, let's go take a shower, and your students over there, you're waiting on them and waiting on them and waiting on them, and then you're all like, man, what's this dude doing? And you look back there, are you eating a sandwich, bro? Yeah, well, you know what? I'm gonna go take my shower. Let me get my bag. I'm gone. Like, I don't got time for you to eat a sandwich. You're on my time. You're on twisted time. You do your sandwich on your time. Like, I'm trying to take a shower too. You know?
One guy, man, he instead of eating a sandwich, he was getting his bucket of dip from the top and refilling his cans. So when he goes in the shower, he could, So what do you do? I told you we on a time frame. So I lit him up for that a little bit, and then just to expand for what you said, excuses. Also, let's add on top of that, when they backtrack to make themselves seem like they're right, even though they were initially wrong.
Yeah.
I hate that. Look, if you were wrong, you were wrong. Take it as an L. And when I say take it as an L, I don't mean as a loss. Take it as a lesson learned. And just like, admit it. Like, hey, I was wrong. Now I learned something. Don't backtrack and say, oh, yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking. If you did, then you wouldn't have been wrong the first time.
Yeah, like, going back to excuses, whenever you have a guy that you're sitting there watching him and you see him if he's checking his mirrors. Well, you wait a while and you're like, well, he hasn't checked his mirrors in a while. So you say, hey, you need to check your mirrors more. And he looks at you and he's all like, I've been checking my mirrors. I really get mad when somebody tells me about what I'm doing. I said, obviously, I wouldn't even be bringing it up if you were doing it, because I don't even want to get in this situation. I don't want to even talk about it. If I'm bringing it up, you're not doing it. Just like when you're doing pre-trip with one of those guys and they're all like, they skip over a part. They're all like, I'm missing something probably right there, but I'm just going to keep going. And they keep going and they finish. And you're all like, okay, the only thing that you missed is that shock absorber right there. And they're all like, no, I said that. Bro, you didn't say it. Yeah, I did. I say, oh, you calling me a liar to my face? No, I'm not calling you a liar. You are calling me a liar because I said you didn't say it. You gonna argue with your examiner like that? No, I'm not, because he's giving me a test. Then why are you arguing with me? I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to get you better. I would not be telling you you're not doing something if you're doing it. It works against me.
Right. Absolutely agree. Absolutely. You gotta love when they argue with you, especially with the checking mirrors part. Oh, I was checking my mirrors. You just don't see my head move. Oh, really? How are you checking these mirrors right out here? You got to move your head to a certain type of degree to check those passenger mirrors. I don't care who you are.
I'm gonna go through some of these comments real fast just to get them out the way. Hans is here. 51 Logistics says, "What's up, people? Peg legs. Time to pound the pavement." Tim's here. Somebody said Twisted may have his shave his beard. Shave his beard tonight. What's going on, Scotty B? Backwoods is here. I talked to Backwoods earlier today. We had an interesting conversation. That's part of my research. I do research. I call people and like, hey, what's up with this? What do you think about this? So I got some good information from him. You know, I was really looking for some information too. And I was checking on him also. I was making sure he's good. Make sure y'all check out his channel. Michael says, Twisted D, just checking in with you, brother. What's going on, Michael? Kiersey's in the house. Gotta say, Kiersey really does look out for truck drivers and bringing excellent content, unlike Dunkin' Donuts truck driver. Yeah. Hey, bro, like I swear by Dunkin', bro. Like I swear for it. Like it's good stuff.
All right, so unfortunately,
that's a Starbucks cup too. Like
I'm gonna have to back you with the Dunkin' Donuts. Because in the morning time, I get my iced coffee, I'll get the bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, and the Boston cream donut, and I'm good to go for the rest of the morning. Good to go.
Twisted, you know, you are just torturing them. I had 2 students argue with the examiner. Oh, I didn't know that. Or did I know that? I don't remember that.
Now let me ask you this, Casey. Was it 2 at the same time, or was it 2 separate occasions?
You know, I had a student argue with the examiner too. The examiner came in and he's all like, "Hey, you passed your test. You pulled up 3 times on the parallel, so you got 1 point on that, and that was your only point on backing." And this dude looks at him and he says, "I didn't pull up 3 times." And he goes, "Look, you passed, man. It's all good." And he goes, "No, I did not pull up 3 times. I didn't get 1 point." I was like, "Dude, you passed your test." He was all like, "I want 0 points on my back." And I said, "It's over with, man." Like, cut it out.
Okay, so for Tennessee's not here, but twice he made me. Actually, no, one time he made me argue with the examiner, and it's a story that I can't tell on here, but it was funny. It was funny. He told me just in short terms. I could try to bring it PG. It's like I think it was Brett who did mine. Tell Brett that you're not starting the test until he can properly say your name. Refuse to do the test until he can say your last name. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. It's like, do it. Trust me. Do it. And so I did it. It was a good 15 minutes of back and forth arguing with him.
Not good. Chapstick says, "How many points can you miss on the pre-trip and still pass? You don't have to get it 100, if I can remember." Yeah, it's 80%, and it just depends on the pre-trip test you got. Did you get a full? They're all at different points. I don't even know what it is. I just know, like, I don't really have, like, I better knock on some wood over here. Not too many of my guys fail the pre-trip. I'm kind of on you about pre-trip. I got a guy right now that I'm on about pre-trip. Like, he's probably sick and tired of hearing it. He's probably like, this dude says pre-trip one more time, I'm just gonna throw in the towel and leave. Like, I'm big on pre-trip. I make sure it's like, pre-trip is the hardest part. Like, I love getting it out of the way. Trucking along with Kiersey says, one student told the examiner, I said the truck was in neutral 4 times, and she didn't. and one student made a left turn and cut someone off and failed. She argued there was no car. He knew the license plate of the car. Oh, yeah, yeah, I remember that. I think I remember her telling me about that one. You know, the examiner's not somebody you want to argue with. The examiner's not even like, how do I put this? The examiner's like a scoreboard. He's like this. He's out there. If you hit the line, he beep, blows a whistle, writes it down. If you skip over something in pre-trip, like if you're doing say you do the alternator, he's like, check, said the stuff, check, check, check. Move to the next thing, check, check, check. You skip something, he can't check it. He skips down to where you're at. If you're bouncing all over the place, he's all like, check this one, check this one, check this one. He's just a scoreboard. You can't really blame the examiners for nothing.
And I might get in trouble for saying this. I might. So you can kick my butt later for this. But to be honest with you, some of them actually kind of give you hints if you did miss something. They would say, you sure? Is that everything? Or what about, they'll give you little subtle hints if you could catch it.
They might re-ask you something like, could you repeat that?
Yeah.
Because they might have not heard you correctly.
Exactly.
Good evening, Monday night gang. So I'm thinking about not doing Monday night lives anymore, and keeping the Thursday. And I'm thinking I possibly might move the Monday night. So I'm still thinking about it. I'm trying to figure things out, but I'm thinking about killing the Monday night. That's some dark news all of a sudden.
Okay, so where do you plan on moving it to if you had the choice to move it?
I don't know. I'm thinking about moving it just back one day to either Sunday or Saturday, maybe a day or two back.
Okay, so day two, so Saturday, Sunday, or Tuesday.
No, I'm staying. I'm trying to get off the weekdays. I want to try to get a weekend, and I might even do it early in the day on a weekend too. So I haven't made up my mind 100% sure what time or nothing, but I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna be Xing out the Monday pretty soon, and I might just go to one night of live. Maybe I don't know yet. I know a lot of people do like the lives because it's open forum. You can ask questions, so I really don't want to exit out completely, but I'm thinking the Monday night might be getting moved. It'll be Monday on a Sunday or something. Sunday, Monday live.
I could see Sunday.
I blame the four-wheeler personally. Walmart DC. Jockey came to my truck and said I couldn't idle. I told him it's 95 degrees outside, so you can.
KMA.
Yeah, KMA. So, yeah, dude, if it's 95 degrees out there and you're not idling your truck and having some airflow in there, oh my gosh, it would probably get up to what? Like at least 100 in there, 110, something like that. You'll be cooking.
Look, think about it like this. It's going to be an easy bake oven in the back there. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much how it's going to end up.
Twisted shading. So, bro, Monday night, the jam.
Peg leg, we're going to have to get you a better magnifying glass.
Yeah, we're going to have to order him a good one and send it to him.
Yeah, we're going to have to get you a 60X.
We just need to get that giant keyboard he can hook up to his phone with the big number, with the big letters. You know, like the numbers are like this big, and he can.
Yeah, like the jumbo cards, like they have the jumbo print.
He can use his leg too and go, click, click, and just lay it on the floor, click, click, yeah. Click, click, click.
He can get his exercise and text us at the same time.
Oh, we could build the strength in that good leg.
You see?
And his arm for swinging that foot around.
Right. No more physical therapy.
Oh, I was about to be mad. Yeah, I'm just thinking about moving it to another night, guys. That's it. I ain't funny no more. I'm leaving. Just kidding. Wow. He said that ain't funny no more.
Coming from
Jeez.
Pegler, yeah, he's a lot worse than.
Hey man, they've been in the Discord. The Discord's running strong. Like if y'all missed out on the invites to the Discord, I don't think we're sending out any more invites on the Discord because they kind of want to keep it a small group of just guys helping guys. I would like to get some more people into it, but I can understand what they're saying and it's not my Discord, so
I gotta correct you, guys and girls, because there is quite a
guys and
few.
girls. My bad.
We got a few in there.
I was using guys as a group.
A reference, I
Like
know.
Gene, what's going on, man? Gene, you out there making money, bro? What's happening, Gene? I haven't heard from you in a while. Heading into the caves in Carthage. Ooh. Yeah, those caves, man, I always have to sit there for a while and get a load. Like I usually get a 10-hour break out of there, or like right at a 10-hour break. The good thing is they have that overnight parking at the bottom down there by the guard shack, so you can just park over there. That's the best thing about the caves. But if they load you too heavy or whatever, you gotta go to a scale. I mean, not that Primal books over heavy loads.
Just double check.
Yeah.
And don't use that flashlight, Sparky.
Yeah, don't use that flashlight. I can't get into Canada because I got arrested 10 years ago.
Canada right now is hot.
Hans left the Discord. It's all good, Hans. Don't worry.
Yeah.
No, I don't think there's. How many times did you go to the caves?
Once. I didn't see no bats.
I never seen no bats.
Yeah, it was broad day. I don't know how it is at night. It could be a different story. I highly doubt it because of the type of lighting they got in there.
Scotty B's been a member for 4 months. He says, enjoying the last few days of my stay. Caution. Enjoying the last few days of my stay. I don't know what he means. And I can't pop it up on the screen. Anyways, congratulations to Scotty B. He's been a channel member for 4 months now. Hans was going to be the first person to make it to a full year, and his profile got banned. So poor guy. Now he doesn't even have the pink around his H no more. So we're gonna have to make him the symbol for his YouTube so he can put it back as the pink H.
Yeah, he could take a screenshot.
Pegleg says the Discord's definitely a good core group of people, good information and good conversation, and a lot of jokes.
Yes.
Gene says he don't allow flashlights on his truck.
I bet.
The caves are easy. Try Independence Caves if you want a challenge. Man, the Independence Cave, have you been to that one, Sam?
No, I'm curious now.
It's like the hood over there, man. Like you got all this junk, like I don't know, like just junk everywhere. And you go in there and there's like cars broken down like a chop shop up over there on your left as you go in there, and it kind of looks like a flea market in part of it, or like a storage building where they're selling stuff. Like it's wild, but as you get deeper in there you'll find the docks and stuff, but at the front of it you're all like, man, this is kind of rough. Like you're just looking for the hobos out there with a trash can lit on fire staying warm and stuff. Like it's the hood cave.
I can see you now. This is kind of sketchy. Are you sure I belong here?
Me and Greenwich went a couple times, always good load times, and no bats either. Oh, Scotty B says he's a stay-at-home vacation.
Yes, sir. That's always good.
See, it
Always.
left out. It left out at and the home and the VA part in this over here. So I was like, what? Stay-at-home vacation can't beat that.
Yeah, so he was probably saying staycation. Oh, Love's just pulled up.
Who pulled up?
Love's.
Oh, tanker. Phil.
No. Rescue. Road. What do you call that? Not road rangers. Road call. I forgot what they called it though.
Oh, for service, broken
Yeah.
down truck or something.
Yeah. It's not me this time.
Staycation.
Yeah.
Oh, see, it's 2 words on here too. Dead serious. Watch. Watch is gonna disappear before I share the screen. Look at this. You see this? Staycation. But
So
still, I was like, what the fuck?
It was just separated by
By a whole nother line on there.
yeah, because YouTube, once you hit, some certain number, it just type right in.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Mobile service. Yeah, mobiles. Hey, man. So I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were all like, "Hey, man, my truck's been making a funny sound, and should I get it in? Should I stop at this truck?" And I was like, "Well, what's it doing?" They're all like, "It's something in suspension. It sounds like grinding or something." I was like, "Yeah, you might want to get that checked." And he was all like, "Well, I could stop during my 10-hour break and get it fixed, but that might make, if something major, it might make me late for this load, and it's a good paying load." And I was all like, "Oh, well, just drive it to the load, man. If that thing tears up, like, they'll come out with a roll call. They'll tow you to the shop. You'll get it fixed then." And, best scenario is you make it all the way to your load on time and you get it finished, and then you get it fixed after that. Don't get a load after that. And he goes, "Bro, if I don't get it fixed now, and I can't, like, you're talking about a high dollar toll bill." I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a company driver. Like, I wasn't thinking about a toll bill."
You didn't think about it, huh?
No, it makes you think about stuff differently whenever you're all like, it's your money. But I was like, just go get it checked during your 10-hour break, man. Like, he was only like an hour or 2 out from where he was stopping anyways. I was all like, just stop a little bit early, hit up the shop, see like if they have any room for you, get it checked out during your 10-hour breaks, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I would do the same too. If you're really concerned, honestly.
Especially steering.
Yeah, I would have said, look, get it checked out as soon as possible. I understand the concern of the load, but to be honest with you, no matter what's in the back of that trailer, it's not as important what's in the cab, which is you.
Yeah.
Because if it's an issue, you lose steering or you lose any type of suspension that causes the vehicle to lose control or flip, then what?
They couldn't find nothing wrong with it either. They ended up just greasing all his bushings or whatever. They greased some stuff, and they're all like, "Hey, if it keeps on, put it back in the shop." But we checked everything we could, and he said after they greased everything, nothing, no problems no more.
So I wonder, because maybe he had to get his undercarriage greased. After a certain mileage, you're supposed to come back in and get it greased. I wonder if he was overdue on that.
No way, it was a prime truck. No way.
Well, if it's lease, you come back.
They won't even let you out the terminal till you get that done, man.
Well, if
it's over, you would have to be really over for it to start giving you problems like that.
That's true. I'll give you that.
Sam, did you have Love's service your truck, come out for your blown steer tire?
No, I did not. It was Ty. Yes, I know it's TA, but I call it Ty.
Oh, TA. You had a blown steer tire? What happened?
It was West Virginia getting back at me from when I sneaked through. Um, I was on I-75 going south. My student was driving, and I just heard woof, woof, woof. And I thought it was me because I just had, put the window down. I'm like, maybe it's just the air, and my ear started to pop. All of a sudden, the steer tire pops on the driver's side while he's driving. We're in the center lane, and we're coming through a major city. He handled it like a champ, stayed in that center lane, truck and trailer, never wiggled out of it, didn't hit nobody. He was able to bring it down from 70 all the way to 24 with no issues. He got it right over to the side, didn't even break the rim, didn't bend the rim, nothing. And we was able to get serviced within 2 hours.
Okay. Scary ride, huh? Especially having a student behind the wheel. You're all like, fight it. What do I do? Do I grab the wheel?
I told him, yeah, don't hit the brake. Don't hit the gas. Just ride it out real quick. When you get traction, you get control, then slow the vehicle down.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun. It was fun in the sense that afterwards that he started laughing. He's like, you mind if I change my drawers? I'm like, go ahead.
So, Chapstick, he was, I think he was like, he had to take a 10-hour break, and that was going to put him, if he drove his clocks out that day, he had like 3 more hours to get to it. So he had to be like 400 miles out. He stopped an hour early to put it in the shop and had to drive out like 200 miles the next day. He wasn't that far away. And driver side steer went out or passenger? Driver?
Yeah.
Whew. Lucky, man. Lucky.
Yeah, I got pictures on Discord. At least I think I do. If not, I'll repost them. It's shredded. So what happened was, once it's shredded, it wrapped around the axle and actually pulled the brake line out.
Oh, really? So whenever it popped the brake line out, did it lock down that brake too?
Yep.
Oh man, heck of a ride.
Oh, it was. It definitely was.
Was there any cars around? Did he traffic?
We was in full-blown traffic. We was just getting on the other side of a major city.
Slowpoke says, now that I'm on the road making money, I get jittery if I'm off the road too long. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever I used to go on home time, I could never figure out why lease guys were like my lease friends. They were like, man, I take a week off or I take a week and a half off, because whenever I took home time as a company driver, I did everything I needed to do the first day. The next 2 days were spend time with the family, and that third day I was all like, all right, it's time to get back out. And then I still had 1 day off, and I was all like, man, I'm not making no money sitting here. Next month is new bills. Like, I want to get a jump start on it. Maybe I should just take off 3 days next time. But we stuck with our like four days off, kind of.
Lopo, welcome to the addiction.
Welcome to you're having withdrawals. That's the jitters. Withdrawals from trucking. Independent caves, you have to back in between those pillars and back to the docks, about 3 football fields, because it's very hard to blindside back in some of those docks. Yeah, it just depends what dock you're in. Like I went in some of those docks and they were easy. I've been in some messed up ones. I was in one where I was all like, I I was like, hey, how the heck do y'all get trucks in this one? Because I was at the last one next to the wall, and they're all like, oh, you got to go up here, and then you have to bring it back around this pillar and into the dock. And I'm all like, why do y'all even use that dock? And why did y'all pick me to go in there? Don't you see that? It says Prime on it. That means I'm a rookie. Stop putting me in the hard ones.
I love how you use that excuse.
Bro, man, I'm using it like I go to see this hard dock over here, and I'm gonna be like, have you not seen the word prime on my truck? I'm a rookie. Like, help me out. Like, send some spotters out here. Steer tire blowout means speed up. Nah, I don't think it means speed up. I think you did perfectly fine.
I get what he's trying to say, but I don't think that. I mean, if I had a death wish, maybe.
A Trucking Life with Sean says, just drop in for a minute to show some support. Hey, make sure y'all are checking out Trucking with Sean. He does a Friday night, 7 p.m. show live. He does a lot of shorts, a lot of great information, and he also does the Sunday morning kind of a church kind of revival kind of thing.
Eastern
Great channel.
Eastern time or Central time?
I'm going off of Central Time. I don't know what time the Sunday morning is. I usually miss it because like it seems like the live is only for like 30, 45 minutes. So like if you miss it, you miss it. You got to watch it on the replay. Still good on the replay. Hey, Nell. Hey, I just want to know. No, that's not Nelk's TV. That's somebody else. I thought that was Nelk's TV, one of my old students. I was about to say, man, I've been needing to get a hold of you, but actually, that's somebody else.
Yep.
Hey, I want to make. Doesn't say two. I want make a team driver with my. He says, hey, I want to do team driving with my wife. That's good.
If you really want to do that, I would suggest Simple Plan Trucking because he does team driving with his wife, and they have a nice plan on how they.
Yeah, make sure you check that channel out too. Simple Plan Trucking, husband and wife out there. Great channel, great people. I had them on here for a live. They're just amazing, and they go well together, and they are out there doing it. They can tell you how to deal with each other. Just go in the back, shut the curtain. Like, it's funny. We talked about him getting a little pull behind trailer where he's going to be back there in the trailer whenever she's driving. It's a great channel. Check them out.
Definitely.
Dakota, how's it going? Starting my tanker tomorrow in Springfield. Awesome.
All right.
So he's doing I think he's doing tanker boot camp. I think he's doing. If I remember right, he was the guy on Russell's truck. If I remember right, I don't want to lie, but pretty sure he was on Russell's truck. How about AMX? So you said you get a student in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
Are you still happy there? You making great money?
I'm making excellent money, and more opportunities are coming down the line, and they treat me really well. Honestly, I have more autonomy than I did at the previous company I was at. They treat me as if I'm family. They know my number by heart. They know my name by heart. So when you call them, you don't ever give them your truck number. They pick up and they automatically address you by name. Everybody over there, I don't even know how to explain it. When they say family atmosphere, they mean it. They absolutely mean it. There's guys that I've never met. And when we get into the driver's lounge over there, you feel like you know them for years. They don't care how long you've been there, what division you in, if you're dedicated. They don't ask any of that questions. We just go straight into talking as if we were best friends, and it's been years since we talked. Fleet management, they leave you alone. There's no micromanaging. There's no getting on you. It's just, hey, get the load there on time. Get it there safe. If you're going to be late, just let us know ahead of time. We'll just pick another slot for you to get in.
How about this freight market right now? Is it affecting you?
Not at all. Honestly, not at all. I don't have any issues with freight. I don't sit for freight. Uh, Most of the time, I'm planned out for the whole week. The whole entire week, I'm planned out. If something changes, I'll just call my fleet manager. Hey, man, I'm gonna change this time, change that time, and he'll do it. And I'll keep it the same loads. Like right now, I got 2 loads. I got one going into Canada, and then I got an option to either pick up the one in Canada or go to Tonawanda, New York, right on the other side of Niagara Falls, and pick one up depending on what time I get unloaded. So those are the type of options that I have here. And
So dry box is not really having a problem then.
Mm-mm. Then on top of that, AMX, instead of mom and pop, we actually specialize in cheap freight. So what I mean by cheap freight, the overall value of the load that I'm sitting on right now is about 17,759, almost $18,000 cheap freight. And for me, I get paid hourly on it, so it don't even matter.
Okay. Hourly. How's that hourly work out?
Oh, good Lord, man. Hourly, how it works out for me after taxes, I come home roughly with the same amount as I did when I was leased.
Roughly. So what? Okay. Do they pay you hourly for every hour you work on duty? Like the 15-minute pre-trip, the checking into a shipper, the fueling up. Is there any restrictions on the amount of time that can take? Like, are you allowed up to like 30 minutes to fuel, or can your fueling be like an hour long?
As long as it takes, because they understand there's circumstances where the fuel lines are long, or maybe some of the pumps are down, and you guys are funneled into like 2-3 pumps. And hourly, in a sense, is all my on duty and all my driving time is paid, all of it. So every time I sit at the dock, I'm getting paid, stuck in traffic, getting paid, fueling, getting paid.
Are you getting paid for your 10-hour break?
No, I am not. I don't get paid berth or off duty.
Okay, I'm just curious because that's one thing I must have missed whenever, like, I heard you talking about different ways that you got paid there, but I did not know you were on the hourly pay. So I was kind of curious about that.
Yeah, when I was
W-2, right? W-2?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Insurance. How's the insurance there?
Insurance, I got full benefits, 401k, dental, vision, gap insurance, full medical. What else I got? Disability, accidental death and dismemberment. I got the whole shebang. Any and everything you can think about insurance I got, and I pay $150 a week out my check for all of it.
Nell TV says, "Hey Daniel, is it a good idea doing team driver with Prime? We have our permits. We have the permits already."
Yeah, they meant they have their permits already.
Already, okay, that's what I was thinking. You know, do the research on the companies. Like Prime's great to me. During this time when we're having problems with freight, everybody's having problems with freight. I suggest if you're coming to Prime, as soon as you find out that Prime is the company for you, then take that opportunity and put that application in, because you don't know how long you're going to have to wait to get that process started. for a husband and wife, if one of y'all want to do the lease, it's great to have that teammate of the wife, or maybe the wife will do the lease and the husband will be the company driver. I highly am against split lease. I don't like split lease at all. Uh, a couple that's married, it would be great to do like lease, because if you think about it, it'd be great to do lease because one person can be the lease driver, one person can be the company driver. That way, insurance. You can put the company driver carries that insurance, puts the lease driver on their insurance. I mean, like, it's kind of a loophole right there. I mean, it's a good loophole too. Even if you're both company drivers that are teaming, there's nothing wrong with that either. Like, come out here, do your teaming as a company driver, both company drivers, and that team freight, it's gonna pay good. It's a lot more than a solo truck. I'm highly against split lease. Split lease is where two people both sign a lease to do a lease truck together. There's a lot of issues that could happen with that. Like, one teammate could say, you know what, I don't want to team with you no more. Boom, they get into it, they have a falling out. We're not teaming no more. Well, just because one of you leaves that lease truck doesn't mean the other one can continue that lease. Like, they have to end that lease right there. You have to re-sign that lease for that same truck. Like, you lose out on a lot of stuff like that. If one of the lease drivers gets hurt and he's off of work, it's technically both of your trucks. It's a split lease. So all the money that the other guy makes while he's out running solo, it's split between y'all. So the truck payment's paid and the money split. So even though your teammates over there hurt and stuff, are you really going to be like, hey, dude, I'm doing all the work. I know you're not working right now and you could use that money, but I worked hard for that money. You better give me that money. You know, it's just too many issues. I'd highly recommend y'all do some research, though. If y'all are coming to Prime, don't forget my driver code, though. That's 2 driver codes. It would be awesome. It's a great company. I love it here. Sam loved it here too till his truck exploded.
Hell yeah! Oh man, I love that truck too, man. You know, I still got the keys to her.
You still got the keys?
Yeah.
You look at them in beautiful Peterbilt key.
I do. I really do. I miss you. You're so beautiful.
Sam, do you make enough money that you have to have money in your bra or built?
Yes, I do. It's right here.
Handle checkpoints, you know, the stuff you have to deal with, stations, all that stuff, we have to deal with it. Like, we got to be checked, make sure we don't have nothing illegal in there. Who simply drive for? Who do you drive for?
AMX, Alabama Motor Express.
What trucks they got over at AMX? What kind of trucks are y'all driving?
Volvos and Freightliners. Right now we're in transition of switching the whole fleet over to 2023 Freightliners.
2023 Freightliners?
Or 24, sorry.
No, I was just asking if y'all are gonna get the new ones, or what are there lightweights?
Yes, we got 2 lightweights, and those are for the local drivers.
For local drivers.
Yeah. So we got lightweights, and then we got mid-roofs for the tankers.
How do truckers respond when they fail weight inspections like this?
Oh, when they already fail a weight inspection station? I mean, honestly, at that point...
Please don't give me a ticket for this. Please don't fire me for this.
Well, according to DOT, you get 1,000-pound over limit. That's how much you get. Now, if you're hauling water or anything that's considered a necessity, you can actually get away with having your tandems at 38 to 40,000 pounds because it's considered a necessity. I learned that. I was like, oh, like for instance, I was hauling Nestle water and I didn't know that my tandems were over. She pulled me over. They checked my bills. I said I got water back there. She said, okay, don't worry about the overweight. You're good to go. It's a necessity. It's like, oh,
Nice. Do you get per diem on top of hourly pay? Do you get per diem?
Yes, $465 a week.
Period. Flat rate?
Flat rate.
Nice. Chapstick, what state are... Okay, seeing what terminal they'll be going to. Dakota says, D, can I not use Prime's insurance if I go lease? No, you cannot. If you go lease, you're gonna have to find your own insurance. They also have a right there at the campus. There's a door. I was just over there the other day. Right before the sim lab, there's a door. So if you're walking down the hallway towards where the bus picks you up and drops you off at the campus, there's a door right there on the corner on the left. And it's like for lease operators to buy insurance and stuff like that. I hear that it's not the best and it is really expensive, but it's worth going in there to look at or take a look at if you're deciding to go lease. I like my insurance too much.
Yeah, it's super expensive.
Yeah, I don't want to have to pay for my own insurance. Look, he says, "Oh boy, here we go on a hunt again." Yeah, it's at the campus inn though, so it's not like going through the whole terminal. I'm pretty sure if you go ask the people at the desk, they...
You know where the classroom C2 is when you do your orientation, and you keep going around that corner, you're gonna see that post on the left hand side with Miss D. You make a right, and then you're gonna make another left. It's gonna be that first door there, and then he has like this billboard. I guess you could call it billboard, right over the door on the right hand side. You know you're in the right place. If you go into the bathrooms, if you see the bathrooms, you went too far. Hands down. I think it'd be the easiest way to explain. Now, if you're trying to figure out what's going on.
Oh man, I can't find it. I don't know where it is. I had a map of the campus. I had a green folder in here with a map of the campus. I just not know where it is. I had put that. Dude, I swear I had a map. Aha!
Oh, you got it? All right. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to flip this over in a second, but... So, here's the lobby. There's the training department. Then you're going to come around this. And then it's going to be like this room right here. If you flip this over on the back side of this thing, if I get it up from upside down, I hate this thing right here. It's going to be this black room right here. What you laughing at? The orientation office, that's the sim lab, and it's going to be this room that looks like it doesn't exist. It don't even have a name on it. It's that room right there.
The black room.
The black room right there.
Oh.
I can't believe it doesn't even have a name on it. So there's the C2 class. That was a C2 classroom where you did your
orientation. Yep. So you walk past that. You're gonna make a left. You're gonna see that poster with the highway diamonds. Make a right. Then you're gonna make another left, and it's the first door on the left-hand side.
Yeah. See, the highway diamonds poster is right there, and it's right there. I can't believe they didn't put the name of it on there. Anyways, that's where it is. Can't believe. Wow. That was all that work to find that map, and then I'm looking at it and I'm all like, this map is horrible. Look at this horrible. Oh yeah, and the other day Oakdale stayed in that room right there the other day. He was at the hotel. He stayed in actually it was across the hall. He stayed in that room right there. I don't know if he's still there, but if y'all watch Oakdale, he might be in that room still.
Hey, we're gonna nod our heads because we can actually see all that small print with your big finger.
I know. Gilbert Hernandez says, what's the advantage of doing the per diem thing? I have to make that decision soon. I know nothing about that stuff. Per diem is the amount of money that they pretty much give you that says, hey, you're not at home, you're living in a truck, you're over the road, here's just some extra money that you're having to pay for like different stuff like food and stuff like that, you know.
At the end of the year, it's better for your taxes, pretty much. You make more money. Just to put it in the lamest terms possible.
The marketplace in general, I mean finding something. Sorry for making you give directions all again, but I appreciate it. Yeah, it's over there though.
Yeah, we can take directions. Follow to the black room.
What's sad is it's the black room right there with no name on it, just a dark closet. Like it just makes you feel like you're making something up. Like you're all like. Oh, and look over here. Over here it says black is no access. That makes it even worse.
How old is that that map?
This map they've been using since I came in here. It doesn't have a date on it.
I'm pretty sure I gotta find mine. I still got most of my prime stuff.
What is that? I never even seen a room right there. What is that?
Gee, that's too far. We can't see that. You gotta hold it up to the camera.
What is that room?
What room? Hold a little closer.
This one, no access room.
Oh, that's the bathrooms.
No, the bathrooms are right next door. That says restroom.
Oh, that room where they take you in and they do the card and they give you.
That's the C5 room. Is it? You know what? I know what that room is. That room used to be the medical clinic where you had to go in there. Whenever I started, you had to get your DOT card here. Oh. So now I know what that room is. And I was wondering what they did to that room. That room had like some doctor's office in this back wall over here, and you would have to go in there and get your physical. And this part was a big lobby. I know what that room was now. It's like it looks like a freaking little doctor's office in there.
I've never seen that extra door like that. I just
Twisted is showing them the janitor's closet. Hey, it happens. Make sure nothing else is labeled. Hey, I don't see no labels for anything else that says lease insurance.
You guys cannot miss it. It literally is on the left, right before the bathrooms in C5. If you look on the wall, he has his billboard up saying, lease insurance driver.
Yeah. North Carolina. Some of my best students come from North Carolina, man. There's some good people in North Carolina. And usually North Carolina comes over here to Springfield. And South Carolina comes over here from Springfield. What's your favorite type of smoke? You don't want none of this smoke, bro. I'll smoke you. North Carolina, you might be going to PA if you go to Prime. Pittston Terminal's kind of cramped for space. If you need your CDL, try and get Daniel as your instructor. He's out of Missouri, PSD phase anyways. Right on, man. I appreciate it. I don't know if y'all seen my post today, but like I was on Facebook. Usually I'm like, don't be looking through Facebook, but I saw something pretty cool on Facebook and I shared it on my post. It was, to me, it was awesome. You know what? Since I brought it up, I might as well just tell y'all. Look, I got the screenshot on my phone still.
Right, because that's why I'm getting close. I'm like,
not that screenshot. So this is one of my students. I was scrolling through. How do you get that? Okay, I was scrolling through Facebook and I seen one of my students, and I was all like, "Man, he just passed." And I was all like, "Man, is this dude?" Because I could only see this top part. So it says, "Let's all welcome and congratulate our newest professional driver, Cal, as he has successfully completed his first shift after receiving his Class A CDL, driving 509.3 miles from Springfield, Missouri to Amarillo, Texas in 9 hours and 7 minutes. The first of many safe trips in his new career." And I was all like, is somebody like, it looks like one of those trifecta pictures. So I was all like, man, is somebody claiming that? Because I couldn't see this part right here. I saw that it said more. So I was like, I'm clicking more or read some more about this. Plus, to me, that kind of didn't look like a Prime truck. And then I saw the trailer number and I was like, oh, okay, it is a Prime truck.
Tractor number?
And I was shocked about this part. Like, I don't see this too many times. I was like, I'm kind of shocked about this. But it says, I would like to also thank Daniel Cox for doing an amazing job as his PSD instructor. This is a TNT trainer. Like that made my day. Like that, like somebody else, like his next trainer is like, man, I appreciate what you did. You did good with this guy. You know, he worked hard too. Don't get me wrong. We both worked hard together.
But he was just showing the appreciation for giving him a quality student.
Yeah, I mean that was nice. I was like, that's really cool. Have been in Alabama for a job, both of you? Have you been in Alabama for?
I mean, I'm based out of Alabama, so
it's connected to the C5.
Is it? No.
No, there's a wall in between. Trust me, I've been in there. Like, they tell you pull down your boxers and like cough and everything. Like that's where they check you. That little black room right there. It's not part of C5. Unless they knocked down the wall since then, They might have remodeled it because now you don't need a little clinic over there no more. People come in with their CDLs now. How does the vision affect truckers such as glaucoma or muscular degeneration? If you can't see, you're probably not going to have a job.
Yeah, as simple as that. You know, you got to see the signs. You got to be able to see people on the road.
If you have glasses, contacts, whatever. If you, just so you know, if you wear glasses and you have a glasses restriction, then you have to have even if you're wearing contacts, you have to have glasses in arm's reach to you, because if you don't, it's one of those silly DOT violations, because they say if you're driving down the road and your contact falls out, then you need to have a pair of glasses handy to you to put on in case of that, which I think is ridiculous because I have never had a contact fall out like that. I mean, like, I just don't get it.
Also, to add on to that, if you do have glasses, you have to have a spare pair within arm's reach as well.
Yeah.
Now, here's the kicker to this with DOT. Something else that I learned. It just has to be a spare pair. It doesn't have. They're not going to check your prescription. So, say for instance, you go to Dollar General or you go to Walmart, you pick up a 7 Plus, and you just keep it there, and they say, "Hey, you got a spare pair," and you go, "Here you go." I'll let you go.
Yeah. Also, when you guys get y'all's okay, here's another thing that's been happening over and over here lately. And I see a lot of instructors on test day. They bring their student in there to test them, and the examiner grabs his ID card and he flips it around and he's all like, huh, glasses restriction. Are you wearing contacts? No, I don't wear glasses at all. You're not wearing glasses? No. Have you ever wore glasses? No. Well, it says glasses restriction right here. You can't test. You cannot test. You got to go get that cleared up. So, and it's happened to. I worked with one of Tennessee flatbedder students, and he could do the parallel because he could see it, but the offset he could not see it. He was having a hard time with it. I worked with him for a while that day, and I was all like, "Man, this dude can do it perfect for the parallels, but the offset he can't do." I said, "Hey, bro, let me see your driver's license and your permit." And he was all like, "Okay." I checked it. It said he needed glasses. I sent him out to get glasses. I was like, "Look, you can't even come back without glasses on." So I sent him out, and he went, got glasses, came back, completely different guy. He was backing like a champ. Couple of weeks ago, actually, I think last month I had a student come in. I felt really bad for this guy, but like I felt really bad because he put everything into trucking, right? Everything into trucking. And first day with me, I'm all like, "Hey, let me see your ID and your permit." He goes, "Here you go." I flipped him over. I said, "Are you wearing contacts?" He said, "No." I said, "You wear glasses?" He said, "No." I said, "Dude, your driver's license and like your permit and driver's license say that you're supposed to be wearing glasses." He's all like, "I never wore glasses before." I was all like, "Dude, I can't do nothing with you till you get your eyes checked, man. Here's your stuff back." I said, "You might as well go to the room. You can't do nothing today." I said, "Get that taken care of." And he's all like, "Dang, dude, I spent all my money to get here, man. Like I have like, I think he said he had like $51 in his name." And I was all like, "Well, tomorrow's Friday. All right. So here's what you're gonna have to do. Tomorrow's Friday. Take that money you get on your card tomorrow and go get you some glasses, get you an eye appointment." Luckily, he found a place that would let him come in on a Saturday, take the test, and get glasses in the same day. And, he got it all taken care of, but I kind of felt bad. It's all like, "Man, you spent a lot of money to get here. You put everything into this, and like I'm a dream crusher over here." Bam! DOT said you can't drive without glasses. He's like, "Ooh, like, dude, you would think that I stepped on his glasses or something." How sad he looked. What are you saying?
Because you got more experience in this department than I do. So, what if your permit or your license says you have glasses restriction, but your long form medical says you don't?
You have to wear glasses.
Okay.
You have to have glasses until it's off of both forms. If you go take an eye test and you get the results back that you do not need glasses from a doctor, you will need to take it to the DMV and get it removed. So if he would have went down there and took his test, and I got ways to fix some stuff, but if he went down there and took his test and that eye doctor said, "Hey, you don't need glasses at all," then he would have had to go back to his home state, get it taken off of his license. He would have got issued the temporary paper copy, or if his DMV printed out the hard copies, he's going to get that. And then his time limit is going to have to start over. He pushes out his test date even further once he gets back, and he would have had to spend a lot of money to go home and then come back. Odds are he might have not came back because that's a lot of money he would be spending just to get it off, unfortunately. Yeah. I got some tricks on my sleeve, though. I could have got it handled. I know a guy that knows a guy that can get him a pair of glasses with a prescription. he might look like Peg Leg afterwards, but he'll have some glasses. But he was a cool guy. The glasses actually look good on him, man. He came out there from wearing his glasses. He was all like, "Man, I can see so much better." I said, "I know. When I got mine, I felt the same way." I was like, "What? Trees has leaves on them? What?" Chapsis says, "If you need glasses or corrective lenses, you'd get a restriction on your license. Generally, if you can pass a standard vision test at a doctor's office with glasses, you can still drive." Yep. My crap is so slow.
Internet issues.
Yeah, probably on that campus Wi-Fi over there. You know, that stuff's blazing fast. Can't even play Call of Duty on it.
Yeah, it's a good 2G network.
Begleg says, "Speaking as a blind man, see an optometrist before taking a DOT exam to make sure your sight is good."
Okay, first, I want to address that, yes, he spelled it right for, no, actually, no, he didn't. Never mind, disregard. Let's go. I'll get him on Discord.
What are you going to say? I'm going to give him credit because he spelled it right.
No, I'll get him on Discord.
But yeah, that's a good idea too. Go get your eyes. You should get your eyes checked ever so often. Anyways, you don't know how many students I had come out here and they're all like, "I can't see out that little mirror," and I'm all like, "Look, out of 260 something or 300, whatever, however many students I've done, I don't even know because I lost count a long time ago. Whatever that number is." They all had to see out that mirror right there, and you have to be able to use that mirror. Two things are happening. You're refusing to look at it, or you need glasses. And if it continues on, usually the first day it happens like that. They just don't want to look at it. I had guys out there at night. I would put lit up cones out there that first night because they'd be like, "I can't see it. It's too dark." So I would throw lights under the cones. They were lit up. After that first night, they got used to using that little mirror. And after that first night, I just wouldn't put them out there just to see what they would do. And they'd be hitting it. They could see that. Bam, bam, doing all the maneuvers. And I'm all like, it's a mental thing. Like, they don't want to say, "Hey, man, I'm messing up because I'm messing up." Or, "Hey, I'm messing up because I'm not looking in that small mirror, the only thing I could see out of." They're like, "You know what? It's too small of a mirror. I can't see out of it." The little convex mirror. You know, when you get a certain distance on the side of your trailer and you're backing, you can only see in that convex mirror. And they're all like, "I can't see nothing." Yeah, it's because you're not looking in the little mirror. If you were looking in that one, you could see. But it just showed me, like, it opened my eyes to people are coming up with excuses and they're not looking at that little mirror at the end of the day. Because after a while, you'll have people not complaining about not being able to see out of that mirror because they're actually looking at it.
Especially when you're turning, you're going to need it.
Definitely. Mr. Chapstick says, "I just did a drug test and permit to get in." Right? They should do a DOT medical before coming.
I can't really answer that just for the simple fact it's been a while since I've been at Prime. But I think you have to get your DOT medical before you get there. Is that right?
Yeah, you have to have a DOT. As far as I know, in every state, before you can even take the permit test, you have to have a DOT medical card. They will not issue a permit without a DOT medical card.
Oh,
as far as I know.
Just because I know that's probably a follow-up question. Prime does reimburse you for that, correct?
I believe so. I've been trying to get confirmation on that back and forth. Just like people using their cars to get down here and the reimbursement for the fuel. Like some people are all like, "Yeah, I got it back on my Com Data card as soon as I got here." Some people are all like, "I had a fight with my recruiter to get my money for my reimbursement." I'm all like, hmm.
Same here. That's what I've been hearing, and it's a lot. Most of the time, it's from the people who don't save the receipts, or they got the virtual receipts instead of the hard copies. Those are the
Yeah.
people that I've heard that have been having the issues.
Best to get those hard copies, keep them with you, scan that stuff in. You can even scan it into the fleet manager. You can scan it through an email. You can do a lot more with a hard copy.
Yep.
Where was I at? Oh, I got to the bottom of the list.
Oh wow. For now. For now.
For now. So AMX been treating you really good?
Absolutely. I can't complain at all. I love it. I love the people here. Like I said, I make decent money. After, everything's all said and done, man, believe it or not, I'm only making $300 to maybe $500 less than I did as a lease operator at Prime. No freight worries. I mean, no stress.
What year? What year did they start?
1986, I think, or 88.
86 or 88. So they've been around for a little while.
Sure.
Over 30 years.
Yes, and then they also acquired Summerford, which is a flatbed company. They acquired them, and then we just acquired TC Tanker not too long ago.
I got my permit with not DLT. Okay, so see, sometimes I'm wrong too. So
yeah, I'm curious in that because I know when I went there, well, this is Florida. They asked me for my DLT short and long form before they even let me test.
yeah, Missouri's the same way. They won't let you test. In Texas is the same way. They won't let you. They won't let you get your permit without getting your DLT medical form.
Yeah. So what state were you in, Neil?
Check your permit too. Definitely, guys. Before y'all come out here, make sure y'all are checking y'all's permits and your medical card to make sure it does not say intrastate on it at all. You want to be able to run all 48, or you want to be running all the states. We know we can't get to Alaska and Hawaii with a truck. Well, you can Alaska, but you got to go through Canada.
I could do it.
Yeah. I could do it too. I just don't want to. And I don't think we have anything that goes to Canada.
Oof. It's a whole different world up there, man. It's nice. Don't get me wrong. It's gorgeous up there. Very clean too. But
Did I say Canada? We got stuff that goes to Canada. I mean, we don't got nothing going to Alaska that I know of.
yeah, I don't know anything that goes to Alaska. But I'm just saying, if it was, I could.
RTS goes to Alaska.
Oh.
And they pull some of Prime's freight too. I think it's RTS or it's RST.
Something like that. I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah. I always mess it up. I can't remember which it is. I was trying to get one of those guys to come on my channel pretty soon. I'm in the works of it. We'll see what happens.
You got better luck in getting a tanker.
Better luck of what?
Getting a tanker guy on.
Oh man, getting a tanker guy on here is impossible.
I'm gonna keep saying this. For those who don't know, the inside joke in Prime is tankers. We call them unicorns. You don't ever see them, and then when you do, you're like, "Oh wow, tanker!" It's a one in a million type thing where you see a tanker.
They're getting bigger now. They're getting bigger now, believe it or not. Like you see more of them than you used to.
I think they was trying to expand their inedible department, if I remember correctly. Like dog food, cat food, all that.
Yeah,
I haven't.
DLT medical used for the CDL. They have students get the DLT medical done before they test day in orientation. They still have medical docs in the basement of Prime at Prime. Yeah, they still have the medical. You can still get a DLT card in the basement of Prime. Test day in orientation.
Oh, okay. Um, I think he's referring. I don't. You got to confirm this because I know when I talk to my dispatcher, well, my recruiter, if you can't get a DLT physical or it's about to expire when you get out to Prime, you can go downstairs to Trinity and get a new one. I think that's what he's referring to.
I was seeing what was on this guy's picture right here. I was trying to make it out. I see what it is now, but Blue Suede Shoes says prime drivers want to sit on YouTube and cry about not making no money instead of getting out there and hustling. I don't
Look,
know who I don't know who he's referring to, but
there's quite a few.
I heard some people talking about it. Like I don't know who he's referring to. I will say that. Um, yeah, you got to be willing to get out there and make some money. I know it's hard right now. I really do. I know it's hard out there right now. Like I've talked to enough people to tell me how bad it is, and how the year's kind of running. I've also heard lots of people saying, "Hey, they ain't having no problems." Now, the people that are saying that they have no problem, they're not having any problems. Those are the guys that are out there running. Like these dudes run, like they really don't ever turn down a load, and they are out there running. Like they're all like, it's not a great paying load, but guess what? It's gonna get me to my next load that's gonna be better. And they're out there running. Like you got some people that will. And I don't know who you're referring to. Like I said, I really don't. But you got some people out there that are all like, "Hey, I'm not running this load. It doesn't pay enough," or "I don't want to go to that area, so I'm not going to take this load." Now, back last year, that was okay because guess what? You were going to get another load, and it was probably going to be just as good, or if not better. So it would be where you wanted to go. You were a little bit kind of spoiled last year. You could tell your fleet managers, "Hey, this is where I want to be. I want to be in this area. I don't want to go here," and they kind of looked out for you. Your fleet manager's going to look out for you. But this year, here's what we got. Go run that. Greenwich was so mad the other day, as somebody said, the guy from my understanding, the guy refused his load and said, "I'll just set another 2 days and wait for a better paying load." Greenwich tore into him, man. Like, not so bad his dentures fell out. Like, he tore into him, man. He was all like, "You want to talk about not making no money and you're gonna sit there for 2 days and not take a load because it doesn't pay enough, even though it's going to a good area?" Like, boop, spit his dentures out. He's all like, just went for it. I missed it. I wish I was there, but
Me too. Like, leave that up there because this is a very good point here, and you made a couple of great points as well, D. Right now, a lot of people didn't build that reputation with that fleet manager as a go-getter. They didn't build that reputation as, I'm out there to hustle. It was just they were chasing the money. You don't ever chase the money because the money always changes. Then they got accustomed to the type of money they were making during the pandemic. Okay, that was a different type of money for a different type of situation. They got used to that. They didn't save. They didn't plan, and now look at where they're at. Those are the ones that are really complaining. The ones that didn't save, the ones that blew the money, the ones that don't have that go getter mentality. Now you're sitting at the bottom of the totem pole when you thought you was at the top of your game, and you're suffering
yeah,
from it.
yeah. I agree with that. If you want to make it out here, get out there and try your hardest. Like, don't refuse a load because you're all like, "Man, it doesn't pay enough." You're thinking about the short game right there. Get your head into the long game. Where's that going to put me? Is my fleet manager sending me to a great area? If that might be the case. He might be sending you over there because there's a good paying load that he's going to offset that to make you that money that you lost out to get there. You got to have trust in your fleet manager. I'll tell you straight up, trust in your fleet manager. They are there to help you. They want you to succeed. It is pretty hard not to succeed here at Prime. I will tell you right now, it is hard not to succeed here because this company is built on you succeeding. And I think that the only way you're not going to succeed is whenever you fail yourself by not doing that load or being paranoid. Like I'm a paranoid person. I get paranoid, but at the end of the day, I'm all like, you know what? This is the best choice that my fleet manager had for me. Like, I'm going to run it. And I'm a company guy, so I'm running everything anyways. I'm more about like, hey, that's keeping the wheels turning. It might have some extra time on that load. Like when that fleet manager sends that trip to you, and it might have an extra day or two on it, but guess what? He might have a plan. He might be like, hey, just head that way, give me a good ETA once you get on that way, and maybe I can move the appointment time.
Thank you for bringing that up. Look, thank you. Like, communicate with your fleet manager. Absolutely. If you run in ahead of schedule, give them a call. Or honestly, to be honest with y'all, I even call up the shipper or the receiver myself, and I leave my fleet manager out of it. Like, hey, I'm going to be, my ETA is I'm going to be here around this time. Do you have any overnight parking? And the reason why I say overnight parking is because 9 times out of 10, if I ask them to get loaded or unloaded, they're going to tell me no. If I say you got overnight parking, well, what time are you going to be here? Well, I'll be 3 hours early for my appointment. Well, it's okay. We'll have somebody here still pull into Dock 5 when you get here. Okay, cool. Now I got confirmation. I'll call my fleet manager. Hey, man, I'm going to be early, so whatever you got for the pre-plan, shoot it over to my phone right now. And that's what my fleet manager loves about me. Like this load that I got right now going into Canada, I did a couple of favors for him last week. I got into some short hops that were time sensitive, and he knows I'm his go-to guy. He calls me up. He's like, man, I'm in a bind. I got a couple of loads that I need to get done ASAP. But man, just send them all to me. I'll work it out from there. I got all of them there on time, and some of them even a day early. And he blessed me with this load this weekend and for the rest of the week. And, that goes back to what you were saying. Yes, you might have a couple of crappy days or crappy weeks with your manager, and you build that reputation with him, he's going to pay off. It's definitely going to pay
100%. Like Dee says right here, she says the fleet manager is your business partner.
Agreed.
And whenever you're rejecting loads like that, he has a plan for you. So you're doing poor planning by rejecting these loads. And she also says they don't realize it's an industry-wide issue. So don't leave just because you feel like don't leave because you feel like it's just here at Prime. This is everywhere across the industry. And also, if you do leave, like this would be, in my opinion, this would be the worst time to leave Prime because Prime has all this contract freight going on. Like they really care about us. They're doing everything they can for us. Now, if you leave right now and this is happening everywhere, you might go to another company and be like, hey, I'm going to make more money over here. But it might be a smaller company and they might not have the backing that's like Prime does. They could start losing their money because they're not running good freight and stuff like that. And they might just close their door, bankruptcy. Now you're out of a job without more pay. You try to come back to Prime, it is super hard to come back to Prime right now. They will only take you back if you have a perfect record right now. I'm telling you, like it has to be perfect. No criticals, no accidents. Like it has to be perfect right now because they're not taking people back. Like unless it's perfect record. So make sure you're smart about what you do. Like D brings up a great point right there. You know, it's everywhere. Make sure you don't just jump into another company. I think it would be a horrible time.
Absolutely agree 100%. I'm going to break this
Go ahead.
down to a street terminology here, what we all agree on. And everybody knows the saying, the grass is always greener on the other side. On the other side. Well, sometimes you need to water your own damn grass. You understand? And everybody out here is claiming, the biggest thing they want when they're looking for a business partner or they're looking for a partner in general is loyalty. So if you could up and leave in the hard times and you have no loyalty to this person, what makes you think that next company that you're going to is going to have any loyalty to you?
Facts, 100%, straight 100, and that goes with like Prime too. If you stay loyal and you stay down during this, like I'm telling you, Prime's not gonna forget you, man. You stayed with us like through the hard times. You stayed with us through the good times, man. Like it's loyalty goes a long ways with me, like especially like I'm big on loyalty.
Yeah.
When do they give you the sleep test? Is that after you pass your CDL? When did they test you, David? So your sleep study test, if you need a sleep study, you're going to come into Prime. They're going to measure your neck and all that stuff to see if you qualify for one or that you need one. Your sleep study has to be done after you take your test, right? So after you become an employee. And kind of the reason they do that is because they won't, like, who has the money to just pay for that up front? If you take your sleep study after your test and you need that machine, they can work with you on billing. That's why they do that, is they can be like, all right, we're going to take half out this check and half out the next check. They won't take it all out at once. So, it kind of helps with the payment. What I normally do with my students is whenever we start getting close to your test date, I will tell them, hey, we're getting close to your test date. I got you 100% ready for your test. It'll happen on, what is today? Monday. So like say it's going to happen on Thursday. You're already ready for your test. We know you're going to pass it on Thursday. Go ahead and call up the Cardinal Sleep Study and the medical and all that and get the sleep study scheduled for, the day after that or the 2 days after that. Go ahead and get it scheduled and everything. And that way you take your test, boom, your test is done. Get your sleep study done and all that. That way, when your TNT trainer's ready to go, you have all of that taken care of. All you got to do is go run some freight for a little while on TNT and then get home to switch your permit to a CDL. And your test scores, let me correct that. Your test scores to a CDL. And guys, like, I'm going to tell you right now, like, whenever I came out here, it was like I needed a hustle to get my stuff done. Right now, we have a lot of people that are like, I need to go home right after I pass my test. And I'm all like, dude, like, you came out here for a job. Like, let's get this done. Like, I don't like seeing people go home right after they take their test unless they're waiting on a trainer. If they have a trainer that's going to be here in a day or two, sit here, get on that truck, run freight, then go home. Like, go home with a paycheck or 2 paychecks. That way you're not going home like not making any money. Like, oh, I went to Prime and I don't got nothing to show for it. Go home after you get a couple of checks. That way you can come back with some money in your pocket. You can have some fun. You can see what the checks are kind of like. As TNT trainer guys, you TNT trainers out there, get out there and get some freight ran before you take them home. That way they see the money and like they're on home time and their family knows, like their spouse or whatever. They know, hey, I see that you're making money now. Like they feel better about it because they're going like 2 to 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever, without a paycheck on borrowed money. So they're not seeing it. They're not seeing the potential in trucking. Keep them out there a little bit longer, then take them home. When I came out here October the 13th. I did not see home until December like 23rd or something like that, like right before Christmas. I was out the whole time. I didn't come home for Halloween. I didn't come home for Thanksgiving, even though Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday because also my birthday falls around Thanksgiving. So like Thanksgiving's kind of my either every 4 years my birthday falls on Thanksgiving. So it's either my pre-birthday party, it's my birthday party, or it's my after birthday party, you know? So, I was out during that. I came home one time during the whole training, and that was 1 week because my trainer said, we're either going to take off Christmas or we're going to take off Thanksgiving. And that's what we did. We only took off one. We ended up being around his hometown for Thanksgiving. And I told him, I was like, dude, we're delivering a load right in your area, man. I said, I don't mind staying in the truck. He was like, I'll get you a hotel room. I said, dude, you're just going to be here like 2 days? I said, I'll stay in the truck. So I took that opportunity to stay in his truck. And I don't know if he wanted me to or not, but I detail cleaned his truck. Like I made sure it was spotless in there. Like I cleaned everything because it was bugging me. There was dust. Detail cleaned that shop. I was in a Pilot in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I was at that Pilot, that little bitty one. I detail cleaned that truck. I went in there, took a shower. He actually had me over for Thanksgiving dinner. I was like, oh, I'm coming over for Thanksgiving dinner. And we had lasagna. But it was still good. What you laughing at?
Don't try to correct it. Don't try to fix it. Don't try to fix it. Yeah, and then
it was homemade lasagna. It was good, but it wasn't turkey, man. But,
yeah.
I ate me a carrot cake out of a freaking for my birthday. I ate me a carrot cake out of one of those freezer doors. You ever see those little square ones in cellophane inside the cooler doors where you get your drinks? That was my birthday cake that year. It was delicious.
Dude, this is how I knew we get love. I love carrot cake.
Oh, my wife makes a mean carrot cake.
Mean. When I get up there, I need River Rich. You got to make some brisket. Tennessee, I'm gonna need from your supply. You know what I'm talking about.
Everybody should be hitting the like button.
His his go-go juice, and then carrot cake from your wife.
We're just gonna have a party when you come down, right?
Yeah, I gotta find a load to Springfield again.
Yeah, I missed you last time you came. I was on a load.
No, and it was out the blue. I should have known better. I was trying to surprise everybody, like, hey, where you guys at? You was out on the load. Greenwich was out on the load. Tennessee was out on the load. I'm like, man, I came wrong time.
We heard you were coming, and we all split. We're all like, gotta go.
And you're absolutely right, because everybody had left that very morning. 2 hours before I got into town. I was like, okay, I'll remember. I remember.
Yeah, I felt horrible. I was like, oh, man, we booked it. Hey, we got to make our money too. Like even me right now. So like, freight's down, which freight's slow, I would say. Freight is slow, which is making all the companies be like, we have too many drivers now, or we're at capacities, which is slowing down the training, which guess what? That affects me. So I'm even doing more loads now. Like I'm doing more tire runs. I'm trying to do more tire runs. I'm like, if driver lineup has something, whatever the case may be, it affects all of us. It's not just the lease guys, it's not just the company guys, it's not just Prime, it's everywhere. And I'm pretty sure like other companies, their training departments are limited, or spaces, the numbers have went down. So I mean, it's everywhere. The biggest suggestion I can give you guys is if you're really serious about coming out here trucking, make sure you get that application in as soon as you can, because you'll be able to see like how far out you have to wait. Now, if the recruiter calls you and says, "Hey, I'm ready for you," like you're starting Monday and you need to put in the 2 weeks notice, hey, I got to put in the 2 weeks notice. But that's cool that there's not a wait right then.
And honestly, I'm probably gonna catch a lot of slack for this. But if you're not ready for the lifestyle and you're not ready for this, don't waste your time and don't waste any other trainer's time. You
Yeah.
got to come out here and you got to get ready to hustle. You got to get ready for the hardships, and it's going to be like that. Even when you go through training and you're solo, you're still going to go through some hardships. You're going to go through some ups and downs, and you need to be prepared for it. And if you're not prepared for it and you're not built like that, don't waste your time. You got to be an individual. You got to be able to maintain yourself, think on your feet, and those are the ones who make it further. If you can be a problem solver, a hard worker, and loyal, you're what's the word I'm looking for? A commodity. But if you're one of those who are closed minded and you're lazy and you just do this to chase a check because you hear it's good, you're replaceable. And I say that because this market at this day and age, there's a lot of drivers out there, a whole lot. I know you hear there's a driver shortage, but when you get out here, you'll see there really isn't. It really isn't. If
Yeah.
I had to pull up to a Pilot or a Love's or a Flying J's at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's 140 spots in there, and it's all full by 2 o'clock, there's no shortage. Sorry,
No.
you know.
And that's what I've been thinking too. Like whenever I started, there was a lot of empty spots. They are packed now. Truck stops are freaking filled.
Yeah,
Another thing on what you were saying though, like if you're when you come out here, be serious. There's none of this playing around over there. Like we know that a lot of stuff goes on. Like you're not here to be cutting up with everybody, being joking all the time. Like there's a time for joking and having a good time, but over there playing around, staying up all night at the campus, y'all are out there being loud and running up and down the halls and stuff. People that are serious are trying to sleep in there, like trying to meet you, find you your true trucking love over there. Like there's no time for that. Get out there and study pre-trip, fall in love with studying your pre-trip, or leave folks alone.
yeah,
Leave folks alone. You should be fighting to, like, you should be wanting to drive. Like if it's your opportunity to get behind that wheel of that truck, you should take it, all advantage of it. Like today my student didn't complain once about driving. Like I had him drive all the way there to the place that we picked up, and he picked it up, and I was all like, when we switched trailers and to come back, I was all like, well, he might, if he says one thing about like he's tired or anything, man, I'm behind that wheel. I want to drive too today. But he wants this. Like he wanted to keep driving. He wanted to get better. And I was like, you know what? He wants it. I'm gonna give it to him. Like, keep on driving, bro. And guess what? The first half of the drive, we were kind of not very good at lane changes, I'll say. But on the way back, he was like, you know me, guys. I don't give you good compliments on the drive. I'm all like, I'm telling you what you do wrong every second of every minute of every hour, whatever. I'm telling you what you're doing wrong, period. He got some compliments out of me. I was all like, see, that's a better lane change right there. And that was like the nice one. And then he did the next two lane changes perfect. And I was all like, man, those were some good lane changes. I was all like, I gotta quit doing that. This dude's gonna get a big head and think he's like a beast out here. But he was, those were some beautiful lane changes at the end of the day. And it's all because he was like, I want to be in the seat and I want to get that more experience. And that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Somebody that wants this. Because if you don't want it, the next guy at that campus or the next guy in line, he will be happy to take your spot. He would kill for your spot.
yep. And that's how I train too, D. Like between you and Tennessee, Like I said, I'll say it over and over. I took both y'all styles and I mixed it and created my own. But just to digress on what you said, I've been with this company 6 months. Okay, and I started from the very bottom. It took me 90 days, 3 months, to start from the very bottom of this totem pole, and I bust my ass. I worked hard, and I did runs that nobody else wanted to do. I ran hours nobody else wanted to run.
You mean business, no hats.
It's getting a little hot, and I made a name for myself here, and I made it to the elite fleet, which is the top 1% of their drivers in 90 days. I got the best safety scores out here on this fleet. I have my best delivery times, no lates ever. Early pickups. I have my the most freight delivered within a week. In 1 week, I delivered 9 loads. That's my highest so far. 9. I ran it. That was an 85-hour week with one of my trainees. Just saying. And then on top of that, I became a trainer over here. Once I became a trainer and they saw the product that I was putting out and they saw my work etiquette, they boosted me up into a different department there. Just because I had the work ethic and I put it in. Now, it's gotten to the point where whatever I want, I get with no hesitation. Like I had my truck 18, well, my old truck she was pretty old. She was 2018, 2019. I walked into my operation manager's offices and I quote, I need a new truck. He just looked me dead in the face and said, you know what? Well, you're one of my hardest workers. Here's a list of trucks. You go check them out. You tell me which one you want, and I'll put you in it. So I was able to actually pick out my own truck. I went back and said, you know what? Like, look, I'm training. I want a newer truck this time. He says, cool. Go over to this lot right here. I got all these new models that came in. You pick one, and that'll be yours. And it's because they know my work ethic and they know what I contribute to the company. So if they know I can put in for the company and I'm always looking out for them, they're gonna look out for you.
They seen that prime trained on your application.
Yeah, they did. And
No, I'm joking.
No, they actually did, and they do mention that. And believe it or not, my first 2 days when I was over there, I actually had my prime hat inside orientation. I actually did it and I wore it. But for
what they tell you? You can't wear that in here.
No, they didn't. They looked at me and said, "Okay, we know you're well trained." And I kid you not. That's exactly what they said. We know you're well trained. And when it comes to my trainees, I train them to be my replacements. If I'm fighting for that number one spot, I want to fight it with you. And that's the way I always train them. Like, I want to be in competition with all my trainees. You guys are going to be the best product that I put out there. It's like you're the dealer, and your trainees are the product. You want to have the best out there.
Yeah, put out the best you can. Like that's what I try to do. Make sure I put out the best possible driver I can, like the safest. Like you should hear me sometimes. I'll be out there. Look, I put out safety. Like I preach safety. What you're doing right now is not safe, and we're gonna correct it. Chapstick says they gotta treat good drivers right. Glad they're looking out for you. Simply.
Yeah, I agree, and it's a two-way street. You know what, Chapstick? You're absolutely right. If the driver is doing good, he's looking out for you. He's looking out for the business. He's looking out for your load. He's safe. The company needs to look out for the driver as well. Stop treating these drivers as if they're heathens, animals, a number, or a paycheck, or just a way to pay off your equipment. If you treat that driver like a human being, he's going to treat you good.
Exactly. So we are going to get off of here because it's about my bedtime. I got to load in the morning, so about my bedtime. And I know we're killing your 10-hour break over here too. So, hey, thank you so much for showing up. If y'all have not checked out Simply Avocado's channel, make sure you click on that. Go check out his channel. It's a good channel. He's starting at the bottom and he's getting better as he goes, My videos were horrible whenever I started out, and they started to get a little bit better here and there. But like, comment, and subscribe. Knowledge is power. Just remember that. And if you're looking at AMX to go work for AMX, Sam's your guy right here. Simply's your guy right here.
Yeah. Just come hit me up on my channel. I'll get any information you need that I don't have already.
You get them hooked up.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Twisted.